In the time it takes you to watch this, a new AI model is probably going to be trained that's more powerful than anything that existed just a couple of years ago. It's early 2026, and the world of artificial intelligence is moving at, well, breakneck speed. To really get a handle on where we're all headed, you've got to see what's happening right now, on the ground.
So, get this. Just a few days ago, the UAE unveiled its own sovereign AI model. And what that means is an AI system that's developed and controlled by a nation-state. This isn't just about cool new tech anymore. This is about national strategy, it's about global competition. And at the very same time, you've got Singapore pouring over $750 million into public AI research. We're talking about massive, nation-state level investments here. The stakes are getting incredibly high. And behind the scenes, the actual hardware, the chips that power this whole revolution, are getting exponentially more powerful. Microsoft just dropped its new Maia 200 chip, and believe me, it is an absolute powerhouse. So, what does this all mean when you put it together?
Okay, let's dive into it. We're going to break down the story of AI in 2026 into 5 key chapters. We'll start with the AI models themselves, these new brains. Then we'll look at the hardware that runs them, see how they're actually entering our world, understand this new global race that's heating up, and finally, bring it all home and explore what it means for you. First up, the AI brains themselves are getting way smarter and, crucially, more autonomous. We are right in the middle of this fundamental shift, from AI as a simple assistant to AI as a true agent.
And that brings us to maybe the single most important idea for today, Agentic AI. This is not an AI that just sits there and waits to answer your questions. No. This is an AI that can understand a goal, create a plan, and then go and execute complex, multi-step tasks all by itself. It's less of a tool and way more of a proactive digital worker.
Think about it like this. The AI of the past was reactive, right? You gave it a command, it gave you a response. It was a tool that you had to operate. Agentic AI is proactive. You give it a goal, and it works for you to achieve it. Honestly, that's the game changer right there.
So how is this even possible? Well, it comes down to a few key breakthroughs. The reasoning abilities of these new models are just dramatically better, which means a lot fewer mistakes. They're also multimodal. They understand images, audio, and video just as fluently as they understand text. And their performance? Well, it's hitting superhuman levels. We're talking about AI winning gold medals in international math competitions. It's wild. But of course, these incredible AI brains require an absolutely incredible amount of power. You can't have these geniuses without some serious muscle. We're talking about a whole new generation of infrastructure being built as we speak. To give you some perspective, that new Microsoft Maia 200 chip we mentioned, it delivers around 10 petaflops of computing power. That is 10,000 times trillion calculations per second. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around. This is the raw horsepower that's making Agentic AI possible on a massive global scale.
But it's not just happening in these giant, faraway data centers. A huge trend for 2026 is on-device AI. This means that powerful generative AI is starting to run directly on our smartphones, on our laptops. And that makes it faster, way more responsive, and a whole lot more private.
Okay, so we've got smarter brains and we've got more powerful hardware. Now we get to the really exciting part, where all this amazing technology starts to intersect with our physical and our professional lives. This is where code meets consequence.
And it's happening, well, basically everywhere. In robotics, we're finally seeing machines that can truly perceive and act in the real world. In healthcare, AI is personalizing treatments and predicting diseases. It's speeding up scientific discovery. And of course, it's already being woven into the work tools that many of us use every single day. But it's not just about business and efficiency. This just brilliantly illustrates the human impact. In India, there's a new tool called Adivani, and it's being used to translate and preserve tribal and endangered languages. I mean, this is AI being used to protect human culture. It's just incredible. Now, when you have this level of impact on everything from culture to commerce, it does not go unnoticed. All these advancements have kicked off a brand new global AI race, where nations are investing strategically to make sure they secure their place in the future.
And the numbers are just staggering. Singapore alone is committing over $779 million just to its public R&D fund. That is a loud and clear signal of how seriously countries are taking the development of AI.
And what's really interesting is that different nations are taking totally different approaches. You've got the UAE building its own sovereign model to ensure its technological independence, Singapore is funding that foundational research, and the UK is focused on creating standards for measurement and safety. It's like a global chessboard, and everyone is making their move.
So, after all that, the agentic models, the superpowered hardware, the global race, what does it all actually mean for you? This brings us to our final, and I think most personal chapter, your new relationship with technology.
Think about it this way. In the past, AI was basically a tool, right? Like a search engine you had to operate. More recently, it became an assistant that you could ask for help. But the future that we are stepping into right now, in 2026, is one where AI becomes a partner. You don't just ask it for things, you give it a goal, and it works alongside you autonomously to get it done.
And that leaves us with one final, really essential question. This shift from tool to partner is one of the most profound changes in the history of technology. It changes how we work, how we create, how we solve problems. So if AI is now a collaborator, the real question is no longer just what can AI do, but what will we choose to build together?